And we're back inside the Channel 93.3 Jeep Garage. I'm joined with New Politics. They have a show tonight, sold out at the Marquee Theater, which is a great place to see a show, and I believe where you played your first show in Denver back in the day, right?
I think so. I'm not sure if we actually played there, but the idea of this tour is to kind of bring it back to some of those first style of venues, like those
The more
grungy,
intimate.
punk, intimate
Yes.
kind of like. So we picked kind of some of our favorite cities. And we started off in New York, where it all kind of happened, in Brooklyn, literally a block away from where we wrote most of the first record. And then we're ending it in Los Angeles at the Roxy, which is the second venue I think we played there. And it's where we finalized and recorded the records. So it's kind of like we're kind of bringing it back and celebrating these 10 years.
Which is cool because it's the 10th anniversary tour. And as you reflect back on those 10 years, what are some of the highlights that you have? I know venues in various cities, but are there people, places, certain experiences over the 10 years that you're sort of nostalgic about and reflecting on?
I think there's a lot of really awesome memories. Like we're very lucky, and I also think that it's one of those things that you don't really know what's going on until you're out there. Suddenly you're on the road and you're seeing a country. I mean, we grew up in Denmark, so even though David had been here a bunch of times, it's still like we none of us, I think, had really seen the country. I don't even know if Lewis had really seen the country. So we got to see, all the stuff that we grew up watching in movies. That's definitely great. And then you meet a lot of people. Like we were actually talking about, David can explain the story better, but before we even really were New Politics, our third show ever, we met Nerf in Copenhagen. And it's
yes, when he was over there for like an ambassadorship or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And our tracks messed up, and we literally played one of our songs double tempo, not just double tempo, but
In
double
key as
pitch
well.
too.
Oh, wow.
It was like,
And he and
that's how to sing.
yeah, and he was
It's like-
totally. He was loving it. I think that's like it. Kind of was like the beginning of it all. It shows a lot about who we are as people too, and
We've made so many friends.
so many friends. Yeah.
I mean, like, we've seen so much of the world. We've really been blessed, and amazing fans. I mean, that they've stuck around for this long, and yeah, it's wild. We've done so many amazing festivals and radio shows and stuff, and yeah, it's a blessing,
It's very cool. 10
Yeah.
years. I mean, not a lot of bands can say that. So it's
No.
like a marker in your career and your success. And
And I love it. We were a little bit nervous about doing these size rooms and stuff to celebrate 10 years because it's kind of like we should go epic and big as we've ever gone. And it's kind of like doing it now, it's like, no, this is like a reminder. This is almost like this is what it's all about. It brings it back to like, I think the core of things,
yeah.
which is, I think, a really phenomenal and I think a really great gift as well in return to, the fans, new and old.
Yes. And tonight, again, sold out show, Marquee Theater. New Politics is going to be there. Hopefully you've got tickets because they are gone. But another thing, too, reflecting back on the 10 years, not just the experiences you've had, but how about the writing experience? Like, where do you draw your inspiration? Is that different as well from the early days to now?
I think
Yeah, I think so. There's not really a formula, right? It's like, it kind of just, it happens.
yeah.
It happens and then something gets triggered and that kind of like creates like a domino effect of like coloring concepts and ideas and
We have a lot of not just stories, but a lot of emotions to talk about, because I think everybody has, but a lot of times to tap into emotions, you also need to be exposed to situations where you don't have control anymore,
Vulnerable.
and because otherwise, yeah, exactly. And if there's one thing if you tour nonstop with 7 or 8 other people in a confined space, it is vulnerable. So
yeah.
you can't hide anything. So with all the people you meet and all the rejections and all the the opposite, all the good things, everything that you're getting along the way is giving you stories to tell. I'm sure that you guys probably have just as many stories to tell because of what you guys have experienced here, But life is really beautiful when you look at it like that. There's a lot of things to tap into that you can talk about as a musician or an artist, or in general.
Very true. Well, it's New Politics inside the Channel 93.3 Jeep Garage. What's the next song you want to do for us?
We're gonna play in the
Second record from the second record.
yeah.
We haven't done this in a while. We're gonna try it out. Wish
Yeah.
us luck. The song's called Overcome.
Yeah.